What is going on, good people? Happy Monday. I hope wherever you are having a pleasant, blessed day. Wherever you are, if you woke up this morning, your day is indeed blessed because God gave you another chance. Listen, peeps, I just want to check in with y'all. I think it's been about 2 or 3 weeks. Listen, y'all, when God's hand is in something, He will give you all the provisions that you need. Listen, I just completed my first day of filming this past Saturday of the Walk of Purity series. Y'all been hearing me talk about it for some time now, so that's no new news. But listen, I just want to just tell y'all what an amazing experience that was. All of y'all know, if you've been following me for at least the past 6-7 months, that I just did my first stage play about 7 months ago. Here we are, not even a year later, I'm doing a series. Let me tell you something. God's hand, it ain't even about me, y'all. I just want to get on here and just tell y'all how good God is, and how when you follow His steps and when you just follow His lead and when you truly allow Him to just take control, He will give you all the provisions that you need. Like, real talk. I'm not on here exaggerating. I'm not on here telling y'all something that I don't know, that I haven't experienced. I'm telling you something that I do know and that I have experienced. Is that He will make provisions for what He set out for you to do. Yes, this is indeed my story. It is indeed my production. But it's His story and it's His production because I'm doing what He told me to do. And I could not do it without His provisions. In this season, in more ways than one, God is screaming to me to rely and depend on my tribe and my village. I was reminded several times this weekend that I have a village, that I do have a tribe. You know, I do have a 14-year-old little sister, but I grew up as an only child. So I grew up thinking very singular, thinking that, you know what, I got me. I got to take care of me. But I got a tribe. I have a tribe like no other. And let me tell you something, more ways than one, my tribe has showed up and showed out in this season of my life to let me know that they got me. Oftentimes I get a phone call from people, you know, and I haven't even expressed a concern or a need, but some type of way God placed it on their hearts to call me and make themselves available for that exact thing that I may stand in need of, or for that exact assistance, or for that exact whatever that I may stand in need of. And when I tell you they show up and they show out like no other, I am so blessed. And I'm not on here trying to, you know, boast or trying to show out or nothing. I'm just on here telling y'all the truth, man. I'm blessed. And everything that's going on is by no merit of my own. God has literally been blessing me. It has been literally been putting things in my lap. Everything that I have my hands on, or that I have my hands in this season of my life, God did that. God did it. God did it. And not only did He do it, but He's making provisions for it throughout the way. No matter what comes up or what may have come up to try to prevent whatever He has set out for me to do, He has always made provisions. He's always had a ram in the bush. He's always had a way for me to get done what He has set out for me to do. I wondered at the end of 2020 when I started writing my script for the play, Lord, why all of a sudden am I in the push to want to do a script? Now I know why, because there's a message, not my message, but God's message that He's just merely using me as a vessel to convey that needs to be heard. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes a preaching message may not reach everybody. Sometimes a message can be reached through a movie, through a film, through a play, through a simple conversation. It doesn't have to be a formal sermon every time you are thinking that you're going to receive a message. There's a message that can be conveyed in every aspect. And it has been made known to me that I'm here to convey a message. And my method of conveying His message is simply through productions. And I'm going to do just that. I'm gonna do just that. Right now, we're still on the Walk of Purity series. Whatever the next script I write, it may not necessarily be about the Walk of Purity, but it's gonna be something that's gonna convey his message. Absolutely. I am too blessed to veer away from the ministry aspect of it. Too blessed for it. Yeah, it's gonna be funny. It may be dramatic. It may be whatever, but in the midst of it all, it's gonna be ministry always. This is a ministry, TDOC Ministries Productions. I will never veer away from that. I know many have said that before and they veered. You can mark today, February 27th, 2023, that I vow to keep all of my messages ministry related. And when I say ministry, again, it ain't pulpit. You may hear some real language that everyday people speak of, but the message will still be conveyed. The message, you have to keep your ears and your heart and your spirit open to the message. Nothing about what I'm doing or going to do is going to be traditional. I'm not a traditional person. It took me 37 years to realize that I am simply not traditional. You cannot box me up. You cannot try to box me into what you think I should be doing. I can't box myself up into what I think I should be doing, because God can't be boxed. God is not traditional. People are. People have become traditional. But nothing about God is traditional. Nothing. So nothing about what I'm going to do or am doing will be traditional. But it will always convey his message. It will always be ministry. Now that I can tell you that 10 toes down, because he's been too good to me for me to ever walk away from him and for me to ever sell out for him. But right now I'm so much on the high from what transpired over this weekend, and not even just about the production, just about just my tribe just showing up for me, period. And my family, my friend circle, my production circle, my tribe showed up and showed out in more ways than one. I got a pageant coming up. I ain't got no sponsors, but guess what? I got a tribe. I got a tribe. I got a tribe. I got a village. I got a village. I got a village that got me, no matter what. And I'm so thankful. And so, like I said, today I just wanted to get on here and express my gratitude and just show y'all this emotional high that I'm on, because I don't even know, like, I still have 2 more days of filming of this series, and just from this first day I'm so much on an emotional high, because I expected, anybody that knows me know that, you know, I get stressed easily, you know, when things don't go as planned. But when I tell you I have the best camera crew, and he and his crew made my day so stress-free. Like, I literally, like, I was on set for probably 12 hours on my feet 99% of the time. And yes, my body was aching, I was tired, but when I tell you I slept good, I wasn't stressed about anything, because I got a great cast, I got a great team, and I had a great camera crew that made my job so easy. And that's, again, what I mean about whenever God has set out for you to do something, he make provisions for you to do what you need to do. He will make provisions. I got people rising up from every corner that I wouldn't even think about, that is offering assistance to help me find locations, to whatever I need. Shout out to Boynton United Methodist Church, who allowed me to use their nice church for me to film my church scenes. You didn't have to do it. You did not have to allow me to do that. But for that, I am ever so grateful. And so, aside from me just, you know, expressing my testimony, I also want to encourage you to listen, y'all. If you got a tribe, if you got a village, if they really your tribe and they really your village, you better act like you know. You better act like you know that you're not in this world by yourself, and that you know that there are other people in this world that love and that care about you and that want to see you win. You better act like you know. better act like you know. You know what? Because anything great cannot be done by one person alone. So you better, if you don't have a tribe, you better build you a tribe. You don't have a village, you better find you or build you a village. Because nothing great can be done alone. Nothing. Outside of God himself. Nothing. Okay? Of greatness can be done by one man alone. It takes a team. It takes a village. It takes a tribe. And I'm just, man, I haven't fully processed what's happening. Like, I'm only scratching the surface, y'all, because I know only greater is coming. But I just felt the need to just get on here and just let y'all have it today, basically. Let y'all have it. And just let y'all know the great things that God is doing for me. And I just, again, want to encourage you, listen, follow God, keep him first. If he set out for you to do something, do it. Do that thing, man, and do it in excellence. Do it in excellence. You know, even when, you know, whenever you are doing something for God, trust and believe. You're going to have naysayers. Things going to pop up out of nowhere. People that you thought would be there, they're going to start falling by the wayside. But you are charged to keep going no matter what. Because he gave this mission to you. Not to everybody else, but to you. So, since he gave it to you, it is on you to rely on his provisions to get it done. Not the provisions that you thought you had, but his provisions. Okay? Because if he set out for you to do it, he's going to make a way for you to do it. Okay? Hear me and hear me good. If God has set out for you to do something, he will make provisions. He will give you permission and he will make provisions. Permission and provisions. They go hand in hand. If he gave you permission to do it, he will give you provisions to do it. You out here feeling like you're trying to make something happen? If you're feeling like you're having to, you know, bend over backwards to try to get something done, and that's not to take anything away from hard work, because hard work and dedication is necessary. Anybody who knows me will tell you, if I'm passionate about something, baby, I'm working day and night to make sure it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But if you're finding yourself trying to make something happen, 9 times out of 10, God's provisions may not be in it. And it may not be that he doesn't want you to do it. It just may not be the time to do it. A delay is not a no. It could just be God's way of telling you, hey, you're not ready for that yet. And that's okay. But if you're trying to make something happen, if you're trying to manipulate and you're trying to, you know, make things happen, if you're having to make it happen and God's provision is not on it, you may want to just go ahead and back away and wait until God's provision is on it and until you have permission to do it. If you don't have permission and you don't have God's provision, somewhere down the road, you know, it may start off good. Somewhere down the road, it's, you know, something gonna fall off. Something not gonna quite add up the way it should because God's provision is not in it. So whenever you're doing something, you better make sure God's provision is a part of it and that you have his permission to do it. And a good way to ensure that is that you're doing what his word says to do, which is spread the message by any means necessary, by whatever way you are called to do it. We're not all called to do it the same way. People often ask me, am I a minister? I say, yeah, but not pulpit. I'm not a pulpit minister, but I am indeed a minister. Okay, we're all ministers. We're all called to minister the word in different aspects. We're not all called to stand behind that pulpit. Because I'm often told that my voice is ministry. Yes, I am a minister, but I am not going to be behind anybody's pulpit. Not in this season anyway. God didn't call me to do that. I don't know what he got in store for me 10, 15, 20 years down the road. But as for right now, I am a minister and I minister his word the way that I am being called to minister it today. In this present time. Okay? So whatever way he has called you to do his will, you better make sure you're doing it. Because if you're doing his will, then you can rest assured that you got his provision to do it. That is one sure way to make sure is that you're following what his word says. and not what you wanted to say. You got a village? Rely on your village. You got a team? Rely on your team. You got a tribe? Rely on your tribe. Make sure you have God's permission so that he can give you provision. That is really all I wanted to say to y'all today. I hope that today, the remaining of today, does y'all well. I pray for a great remaining week. And y'all who actually pray to God, keep me lifted as well. Till next time, I love y'all. Peace out.